It was a bright day in Auburn, California. The date was May 29th, 2025. The sun shone warmly down. This town is not far from the big city of San Francisco. It is about 2 hours to the northeast. Houses here have gardens. People live their quiet lives. But sometimes nature brings a surprise, a very special surprise. This day held such a moment of wildness in a human space. The scene was a normal backyard, a green lawn perhaps, flowers blooming nearby, and in the middle a swimming pool. The water was a clear, cool blue. It looked inviting on a warm day. Pools are for people to swim and play, but today it would be different. This pool would become a classroom for a wild animal, a very young wild animal learning a vital skill. Suddenly, visitors arrived, not human visitors, these were bears, a mother black bear, and with her, a small curious cub. They had come from the nearby wild places. What were they doing in a backyard? The mother bear had a plan. It was a teaching plan. She was going to teach her cub something important. She was going to teach her cub how to swim. This was not an ordinary day. It was a chance to see something rare. A mother animal teaching her young. In such an unexpected place, the world of humans and the world of animals met. They met at the edge of this blue pool. The swimming lesson was about to begin. It was a charming and wonderful sight, a true gift from the natural world. The mother bear was a careful teacher. She knew what her cub needed to learn. Swimming is important for bears. It helps them cross rivers. It helps them find food. It can help them escape danger. So Mama Bear began the lesson. She did not rush. She was patient. She watched her little cub closely. Her eyes were fixed on the small swimmer. First, the cub went into the water. It was likely a little unsure. The water was a new place. The mother bear stayed on the edge of the pool. She observed her cub's movements. Perhaps the cub splashed a lot. Perhaps its paws moved awkwardly. The mother bear seemed to look at its form. She was like a coach. She wanted her cub to swim well, to swim correctly. She may have made soft sounds or used body language, we do not know exactly, but it seemed she was guiding the cub, correcting its little mistakes. Then she decided to show the cub. The best way to teach is often by example. So the mother bear carefully entered the pool. She moved into the cool, blue water. Now she could demonstrate the proper way to swim. Her movements were strong and sure. She knew how to swim. She showed the cub how to use its paws, how to keep its head above water, how to move smoothly. The cub watched its mother. This was a very important lesson. The mother bear was a dedicated teacher. She wanted her cub to be safe and to be a strong swimmer. The little bear cub was the student. It was small and fluffy. It was full of young energy. Its first tries at swimming were wobbly. The cub paddled with its small paws. It kicked its little legs. It tried very hard to stay afloat. The water felt strange and new, but the cub was brave. It listened to its mother, or perhaps it watched her closely. The cub's efforts were quite endearing. It splashed and struggled a bit, just like a human child learning to swim. It might have looked a little clumsy, but it was also determined. Each stroke was a step in learning. The mother bear provided support, maybe just by being there. Her presence gave the cub confidence. It knew it was not alone in this big pool. Imagine the scene. The big mother bear swimming calmly, the small cub paddling with all its might. Sometimes it might get tired, but the lesson continued. Learning to swim takes practice. The cub was getting that practice in a very unusual swimming spot. This pool was not a wild river, but it served the purpose well. It was a safe place to learn. The educational aspect was clear. This was survival school for a young bear. And it was also incredibly cute, the sight of a tiny bear learning such a big skill. It touches the heart. The cub was not just playing. It was learning to master its environment, one little splash at a time. Soon it would be a confident swimmer thanks to its mother. Someone was watching this amazing lesson. The person who lived in the house, they saw the bears in their pool. They must have been very surprised. It is not every day you see this. So they filmed the bears. They captured this special moment. The video showed the mother teaching her cub. It was a unique piece of footage. The resident shared what they saw. They told a local news station, KCRA3, they said that bears often visit their home. This area is close to where bears live. The bears come to cool off, especially on hot California days. The pool must seem like a lovely oasis, a place to escape the heat. So these furry visitors were not entirely unexpected, though a swimming lesson was new. The resident even made a little joke. They talked about keeping the pool clean. It must be hard with bears visiting. Bears are not the tidiest swimmers. They might bring leaves or dirt into the water. But the resident seemed to take it in good humor. It was a small price to pay for witnessing such incredible natural behavior right in their own backyard after the swimming lesson was over. The mother bear and her cub left. They did not stay for long. They had finished their task. The two bears calmly walked away. They disappeared into the nearby trees, back to their wilder home, leaving behind a clean pool and an unforgettable memory for the lucky resident, and now for all of us. Section 5, California's gentle giants meet the black bear. The bears in this story are black bears. These are common bears in North America. They are also found throughout much of California. They are magnificent animals. Usually they have black fur, but sometimes their fur can be brown or even a lighter cinnamon color. They are strong and powerful creatures with sharp claws and keen senses. Black bears are omnivores. This means they eat many different things. They eat plants like berries and nuts. They eat insects like ants and grubs. Sometimes they eat small animals too, or fish if they can catch them. They are adaptable eaters. This helps them survive in many places. They are generally shy animals. They prefer to avoid humans if possible. However, bears can change their behavior. If they get used to humans, they can become bolder. This is called habituation if they find food near humans easily, like in garbage cans or campsites. They can become food conditioned. This means they learn that humans equal food. This can lead to problems for both bears and people. It is important to respect their wild nature. The mother bear teaching her cub. This shows another side of them. It shows their intelligence. It shows their care for their young. Bear cubs stay with their mothers for about 2 years. During this time, they learn everything they need to survive on their own. The mother bear is a very important teacher. She passes on vital knowledge. Section 6, where bears roam habitats across the Golden State. Black bears live in many parts of California. The California Department of Fish and Wildlife tells us this. They have studied where bears live. There are more bears in some areas than others. The North Coast region has many bears. The Cascade Mountain region also has high numbers. These areas have plenty of forests and wild spaces for bears to thrive. But bears are not only in deep forests, they are very adaptable. They can live in different kinds of environments. They inhabit forests, as we know, but also grasslands. Even some desert areas can have bears if there is enough food and water. And importantly, they live in the urban-wildland interface. This is where towns and cities meet wildlands, like in Auburn, California. This is why we sometimes see bears in our neighborhoods or near our homes. Humans are building more homes in areas that were once only wild. So humans and bears are living closer together. Their habitats overlap. The bears are looking for food. They are looking for water. They are looking for safe places. Sometimes our backyards offer these things. This closeness can be wonderful, like seeing the mother bear and cub. But it also brings challenges. We need to understand bear behavior. We need to know how they live. This helps us to live alongside them, safely and respectfully. Knowing their habitats helps us predict when and where we might encounter them and how to be prepared. Section 7, Living with Neighbors, the Bearwise Approach. Because humans and bears live closer now, there are sometimes conflicts. These are called human-bear conflicts. Wildlife agencies are working to reduce these. They want people and bears to be safe. They advise residents to be bear-wise. Being bear-wise means understanding bears and taking steps to avoid problems. It is about being smart when living in bear country. The most important bear-wise tip is about food. Bears have an amazing sense of smell. They can smell food from very far away, so it is vital to secure food sources. This means keeping human food away from bears. Garbage cans should have tight lids. Pet food should not be left outside. Bird feeders can also attract bears, especially those with seeds or suet. If bears find food easily near homes, they will keep coming back. They learn that humans mean an easy meal. This is when they become habituated or food conditioned, as the California Department of Fish and Wildlife warns. A habituated bear is less afraid of people. A food-conditioned bear may become bolder. It might try to enter homes or cars. It might become destructive in its search for food. This is not safe for people, and it is not good for the bears either. A bear that causes problems may need to be trapped or moved, or even worse, it might be euthanized to protect public safety. So being bear-wise is very important. It helps keep bears wild, it helps keep them safe, and it helps keep our communities safe too. It's about responsible coexistence. Section 8. Encountering a bear, safety first always. What should you do if you meet a bear? The National Park Service gives good advice. These tips help keep you safe, and they help keep the bear safe too. The most important rule is simple: never ever feed a bear. Feeding bears makes them expect food from people. This leads to dangerous situations for everyone involved in these encounters. If you see a bear, stay calm. Do not scream or make sudden movements. Speak in a low, steady voice. This lets the bear know you are human and that you are not a threat. You can make yourself look larger. Raise your arms slowly or stand on something higher if safe. Do not approach the bear. Give it plenty of space to move away. If a bear is in your yard, stay inside your house. Make sure everyone is safe inside. Then you can try to scare it away. Make loud noises. Bang pots and pans together. Yell loudly. This usually encourages the bear to leave. It is especially important to be careful around cubs. Mother bears are very protective. Never get between a mother and her cubs. Do not try to touch or interact with cubs, even if they look cute and alone. The mother is almost certainly nearby. When hiking in bear country, travel in groups. Make noise as you walk. This alerts bears to your presence so they're not surprised. If you see a bear, pick up small children. Keep pets close on a leash. These steps help prevent negative encounters. Section 9. A shared world coexisting with wildlife. The mother bear teaching her cub to swim. This was a beautiful moment, a glimpse into the private world of animals. It reminds us that we share this planet with many amazing creatures, each with their own lives, their own families, their own needs. The backyard pool became a special place, a place of learning and connection, even if just for a short while. Such encounters fill us with wonder. They teach us about nature. They show us the intelligence of animals, the strong bond between a mother and her child, but they also remind us of our responsibility. We must respect wildlife. We must give them the space they need. We must learn to live alongside them in a way that is safe for all. Coexistence means understanding. It means being thoughtful about our actions, how we build our homes, how we manage our food and waste, how we behave when we are in their habitat or when they venture into ours. The Bearwise tips are part of this. They are tools for peaceful coexistence. They help protect both humans and the bears themselves. The story from Auburn, California is a happy one, a delightful lesson observed, a safe departure of the wild visitors. It shows that humans and wildlife can share spaces if we are careful and respectful. Let us cherish these moments, and let us work to ensure that future generations can also witness the quiet wonders of the natural world, close to home and far beyond.